Verbs, infinitives. Words that express an action or tell us what a person is, was, does, did, or has, had, are called verbs. Examples: Ruskin Bond is a famous author. He has a house in Missouri. He has written many stories for children. In the above sentences, is, has written, and has are verbs. These verbs tell us that the subject, Ruskin Bond, is a famous author, indicate action, has written, and what he possesses, has a house. Transitive and intransitive verbs. Points to remember. Verbs may be transitive or intransitive. A transitive verb requires an object to complete its meaning and indicates an action which passes over from the doer to an object. Example: found the necklace. I found the necklace. Transitive verb, object. The action of the subject, I, passes on to the object, the necklace. Some transitive verbs take two objects and are called ditransitive verbs. One object is direct and the other is indirect. The direct object relates to the verb and is directly affected by it. An indirect object indicates the person who benefits from the action or receives something as a result of the action. Examples: he gave the bag to the porter. Transitive verb, direct object, indirect object. She gifted the book to me. Transitive verb, direct object, indirect object. An intransitive verb does not require any object to complete its meaning. Example: the dog jumped. Subject, intransitive verb. Sometimes an intransitive verb which does not require an object requires a word or group of words to make complete sense. This word or group of words is called a complement. It refers to the subject of the sentence. Examples: Lata Mangeshkar sings melodiously. Subject, verb, complement. Subhash Chandra Bose was a freedom fighter. Subject, verb, complement. In these sentences, sings and was are verbs. The words melodiously and a freedom fighter are not objects but complements which refer to the subjects in each sentence. Example: she bought an ice cream that was delicious. Verb, direct object, complement. Here, object complement has been used with a transitive verb and it refers to the object ice cream. Note: if you ask what after the verb, you can find out the direct object of the verb. If you ask the question who received it, you can find the name of the indirect object. Linking verbs are verbs which do not point to an action but join the subject and the subject complement in a sentence. Examples: Zoha looks pretty. Subject, linking verb, complement. The cookies taste delicious. Subject, linking verb, complement. Verbs such as forms of be, look, appear, grow, seem, sound, taste, and so on are used as linking verbs. Finite and non-finite verbs. Verbs can broadly be divided into finite and non-finite verbs. Finite verbs are verbs that change according to tense, time of action, the number of people doing the action, singular or plural, or the person, first person, second person, or third person pronouns doing the action. This is explained with the help of given examples. You will note how the form of a finite verb changes. Read the sentences given here. Examples: Rita painted a picture. Rita paints a picture. Rita will paint a picture. Rita is painting a picture. In the above sentences, the verb painted changes according to the time of action. Now read these examples. Rita paints a picture. Rita and Meena paint a picture. In the above sentences, the verb paints changes according to the number of people doing the action. In sentence a single person does the action, so the verb is paints. In sentence B, more than one person do the action, so the verb used is paint. Now, read the sentences given below. Examples. I paint a picture. Pronoun I is in the first person. You paint a picture. Pronoun you is in the second person. She paints a picture. Pronoun she is in the third person. In the above sentences, the verb paint changes according to the pronoun used as the subject. With first person pronoun I and second person pronoun you, the verb is paint. With third person pronoun she, the verb changes to paints. In all the above examples, paint is the finite verb. Examples. I walk to the entrance gate. I walked to the entrance gate. I am walking to the entrance gate. They are walking to the entrance gate. She is walking to the entrance gate. She was walking to the entrance gate. You can clearly see that the verb walk changes according to the tense, number of people doing the action and the person, pronoun of the subject. So the verbs printed in bold are finite verbs. A non-finite verb does not have tense. It does not change its form, whatever be the time of action, number of people doing the action, singular or plural, or the person doing the action, first person, second person or third person. Now, read the following sentences. Examples. She likes baking cakes. I like baking cakes. You like baking cakes. They like baking cakes. She liked baking cakes. He likes baking cakes. In the above sentences, the verb baking has not changed with the time of action. In sentence A, simple present tense is used, whereas in sentence C, simple past tense is used. Note that the verb baking does not change. Similarly, whether one person, she or they plural is the subject, the verb baking remains the same, with pronouns I, she, they, you, first person or second person or third person. The verb baking does not change, so the verb baking is a non-finite verb. It is important to note that the verb like is a finite verb because it changes according to tense, person and number of subject in the above examples. Non-finite verbs are of three kinds: gerunds, participles and infinitives. Kinds of non-finites. Non-finites, infinitive, to verb, gerund, ing form of the verb, functions like a noun. Participle, ing form of the verb, functions like an adjective. Infinitives. An infinitive is a non-finite verb that expresses an action. It is generally preceded by the preposition to. Sometimes it is used without to and is called a bare infinitive. Read the sentences given here. It is easy to learn Hindi. This is an ideal place to party. He wants to buy a new house. In the above sentences, to learn, to party, to buy are infinitives. They are verbs which are in non-finite form because they do not change with the change in tense or plural or person, first person, second person or third person pronouns of the subject in a sentence. Examples. I want to learn English. She wants to learn English. They want to learn English. They wanted to learn English. In the above sentences, to learn remains unchanged, though the tense, time of action or the person and number of the subject changes. The verb want is a finite verb, so it has changed in every sentence. We generally use the verb plus to infinitive with these verbs: agree, fail, forget, learn, hope, plan, promise, refuse, decide, offer. Examples. I forgot to make a call. He learns to play the Casio. to infinitive with these verbs: agree, fail, forget, learn, hope, plan, promise, refuse, decide, offer. Examples: I forgot to make a call. He learns to play the Casio. She hopes to win a prize. I agree to guide you. We use to infinitives after verbs like seem, appear, and claim also. Examples: the sea appears to be calm. The stranger claims to have met you earlier. She seems to have improved her skills as a singer. These verbs are also followed by the to infinitive usually: beg, ask, help, expect, want, would hate, would like, would love, would prefer. Examples: he begged to be forgiven. She wants to apply for leave. I would prefer to take antibiotics now, as the other medicine is not effective. The verbs given below follow the pattern verb plus object plus to infinitive: advise, warm, encourage, allow, forbid, force, order, invite, remind, permit. Examples: he advised me to visit the doctor. The boatman forbade the boy to cross the flooded river. She warned her not to touch hot objects. I advised her to work hard. Bare infinitives. Now read the sentences given here. I saw her cross the road. Here, to is not used with the verb cross. The infinitive consists of only the verb. The clown made us laugh. We can help him decide the date of the function. The verbs cross, laugh, and decide are bare infinitives. Uses of bare infinitives. The bare infinitives are used after some words of perception like feel, hear, know, find, watch, see. Example: she heard him shout with fear. She saw him leave early. As a complement to some expressions like had better, would rather, sooner than, rather. Example: I'd rather work hard than give up. Usually after the words why, why not. Example: why not take a bus? Why complain? Often with expressions but, except, help. Example: she helped me find the house. He will do anything except cheat his master. After modals such as shall, will, should, can, might, must. Example: she must leave now. We shall accept the invitation. Note: a bare infinitive is also used after than and after but when the word but means except. Examples: he can better act than sing. The lady did nothing but complain. We often use the infinitive without to after these verbs: make, let, bid, dare, need. Examples: let me leave, or I will be late for the meeting. My tutor made me do the exercise again. She daren't use her elder sister's geometry box. He needn't wait for her, as she will return late. We use dare and need with to infinitive in affirmative sentences, but we drop the to in negative sentences. Examples: very few swimmers dare to cross this river. Affirmative: she needs to be looked after. Affirmative: swimmers dare not cross this river. Negative without to: she need not be looked after as she is very independent and is fine now. Negative without to. We can also use the infinitive without to after these expressions: rather than, would rather, had better, sooner than. Examples: he would rather drive down to the market than walk so late at night. She was offered the job. She would sooner join than sit idle at home. We are getting late. We had better leave now. He will work rather than beg. Use of to. He was so tired that he could not go any further. We can rewrite this sentence by using to pattern. He was too tired to go any further. The dress is so beautiful that she cannot give it away. The dress is too beautiful to be given away by her. Infinitives can also be used to join pairs of sentences. We take the more important of the two sentences as the main clause and convert the verb in the other sentence into an infinitive. Examples: they won the competition. They were excited. They were excited to win the competition. She goes for a swim every day. It is her habit. It is her habit to go for a swim every day. He will get the news. He will be shocked. He will be shocked to get the news. We also use to enough, to, when we join sentences. Examples: the toy was very big. It could not fit in the drawer. The toy was too big to fit in the drawer. The toy wasn't very small. It could not fit in the drawer. The toy wasn't small enough to fit in the drawer. Infinitives can be used to make sentences compact. Sometimes infinitives can be used to make sentences compact. Examples: Ritesh hoped that he would score good marks. Ritesh hoped to score good marks. He should work hard if he wants to succeed. He should work hard to succeed. He did not know whom he should call for help. He did not know whom to call for help. Anaphoric to. Sometimes to is used without the verb. In such a sentence, the verb is omitted and only to is used as a substitute for a full infinitive. It is called an anaphoric to because it refers to the verb mentioned earlier. Examples: would you like to sing? I would love to sing. I would love to. Would you like to drive? I would love to. In the above sentences, be and t anaphoric to has been used while the verb is omitted. Split infinitive. When an infinitive is split into two parts by introducing an adverb between to and the verb, it is called a split infinitive. Examples: he requested her to kindly grant him leave. The children requested the teacher to kindly allow them to play outside.